Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about the daily margin statement in detail. This statement is sent by the broker to the registered email ID by the end of the day. So, this is the statement which was provided by the Zerodha. So once you access this file, we need to enter the password, that is our PAN number, to access this file. Okay. So exactly what is a margin statement? This is a statement which informs the brokers about our margin status. Margin is essentially the limit up to which we can trade. If the limit is exceeded, we need to pay penalty that will be around 18 to 24% per year. This statement is prescribed by SEBI. We can understand our position. Do we have any shortfall or anything? So let us go to the margin statement in Zerodha in detail. You can see in the left hand side you have this daily margin statement. Here you have the trade date, and here you will be having the user ID and name. Exchange, whether you are trading in NSE or BSE and MCX, that is commodities. What is the PAN number? Here the UCC means user ID, and here you can see the Zerodha symbol. This is the broking firm address, that is Zerodha. Coming to the tabular, here you can see the segment, whether it is traded in the equity, EQ or FO, futures and options, in which segment the trading is done. Here you can see the trade date, that is 14/8. I have traded on 14/8, so it's showing the date 14/8/2024. Coming to the funds, annex A. So this represents the fund balance, that is the funds available. Value of securities, annex B. So here it represents the collateral margins, pledging the stocks after haircut. Any other approved form of margins, that is shares sold from account. Whenever we sell any shares, 80% of the value is credited immediately and 20% of the value later. Here you can see the total margin available. How much money is still available to trade on the next day? Here the margin is positive 26,951. So this much amount I can use for the next day for trading. If the value is negative, you will face a penalty and you should add money. In margin statement, we should mostly focus on this available cash. Next, okay, when you go to the other tabular column, you can see the segment. Same thing, equity or F&O, in which segment you are traded, the trade date. Here you can see there are two things we need to focus on. One is the margin required, one is the margin corrected. Let us discuss the margin required first. You can see upfront margin required. It is the minimum amount required to take a trade. What is the consolidated crystallized obligation required? Option premium payable in the respective segment. What is the delivery margin required? Physical delivery margins charged by the exchange for in the money options hold till expiry. What is the total EOD margin required? The total amount blocked by the exchange for the position. What is the total peak margins required? This is the highest peak margin required. Coming to the margin corrected, the first one is the upfront margin corrected. Upfront margin corrected against the upfront margin required from the available margin of the client. Consolidated crystallized obligation corrected. This is against the consolidation crystallized obligation required from the available margin of the client. Delivery margin corrected. Delivery margin corrected against the delivery margin required from the available margin. Total EOD margin corrected. This sum of the upfront margin, consolidated crystallized obligation and delivery margin corrected. What is EOD excess or short? Difference between the total margin available and the total EOD required. Negative value indicate margin shortfall. So make sure this is always positive. What is the total peak margin corrected? Peak margin corrected against the peak margin required. Peak excess or shortfall. Difference between the total peak margin available and total peak margin required. Here a negative value indicate a margin shortfall. Coming to the third page, you can see annex A, funds explained. Here you can see the closing balance, unsettled credit and unsettled debits and funds available. These funds, the funds available means these are the cash available in the broking platform. So this money you can use for trading. In Annex B, pledged stocks. If there are any pledged stock, then it will show here. Annex C, value of EPI, and the same thing segment EQ, F&O, CDS, COM. This is the complete details of the margin statement. Thanks for watching the video.